to see this in draft. In a draft like this, it feels like it's a pick away, just saying, Gio, he's not going to get this for the rest of the series. And the Misfortune will be locked in here just with the Nico. And if they commit to a fight, he just shuts it down and then TPs back to the top lane. Bro are kind of walking into a trap here, potentially.
Unless Krako gets in and steals it, he's got the timing, but he's not going to get the Drake. And that is what he was looking for, as the big ult's going to come in from the Orianna. And already we have first blood going the way of Gideon as kind of a half-hearted attempt to get that dragon. And now we have...
But although if you don't, which we don't, they don't have any.
All right, we got Pantheon coming up. There's the knock-up. The Pantheon goes in. Gideon making it happen. And Morgan's just going to go down. Use his flash to try to get away from the Ornn ult. But yeah. You know, can they maintain a lead? Can they continue to macro well? I am curious, as the Timbers did happen, and then Closer died. So
good gank from Lehens. The follow-up is there.
Yeah.
Commits his flash for it, but 100% inability to turn off objectives or to take an Otacon correctly or try to go for a Baron turn. In this game, I think they could do kind of whatever they want when it comes to late game objectives, and they have such a good comp from ahead with this Orianna. Gets the Tibbers out, and then Lehens is like, well, there's no Tibbers. I think I can just go in on this flashes for the root on the bottom side of things, but you should be able to learn and grow so fast. I think, so we're going to have a bit of a skirmish here. Hold my thought.
Yeah, the hook is down, and so just a bit of free damage on a Krako. I say a bit, it was 66% of his health. Palu's out, and the disengage cone comes in. Not that Nongshim could really close the gap, but it just kind of shows that, you know, bro, half-hearted engage, and then they realize that they've gone a little bit too far, even though it wasn't that far at all.
Yeah, that should be this turret going over. So they already have feats of strength, but I'm proud to get first brick as well. It's going to force a teleport out of Closer. Just opens up the map so much more. It has to be, we smash these guys 3-0. They're not even close to our level, and that's what it looks like here in game one.
All right, well, no flash this time. They're going to flash in. Will Gideon, I believe. No, he just jumps in as the stun comes down, and Gideon is going to fall. They can't do enough to Morgan, and now the equalizer still available. Krako and his counter gank get so much work done, as finally they will take him down. So that's a couple of shutdowns going the way of Bro now.
Yeah, that was a really clutch turn there. Morgan narrowly survives. Quantify here for Nongshim. Like, he could TP in, but he won't have his ultimate. I think this is a great call from Bro. Sure, they don't have their equalizer, but they have the positional advantage here, and they have Annie. King is just going to decide to take a turret here instead, so they get something in exchange, but just not going to be able to take that team fight. Bro with a snap call on this one. I think you can look for his Kingan's on the flank.
I feel like they're losing too much. Like, 2 turrets here, the mid turret goes down. They're losing their Raptors even. Like, Krako gets it, he's out of position. I think Nongshim's response to that was very good.
Yeah, no, like, Bro want Nongshim to try to force that fight in a really disadvantageous position, and they get the fight when the dragon is spawning. This would be soul point for Nongshim, so they're trying to use this to crash into mid and get some prio on this dragon. But Kingan's on a flank again. Will be spotted by Morgan. Crash does go through. If they could maybe collapse onto Kingan here, I mean, I'm trying to see ways for Bro to win this fight, because, yeah, they have tons of prio right now, and they have all the engage in the world with this Annie, with this Jarvan. Everything's up. The equalizer's back online. They could still win a fight straight up, but this Kingan flank is a big issue.
Yeah, they don't really get solid vision.
Yeah,
they got in, they had prio on the river, and then they were like, huh, we don't have any wards. Now they're trying to go on a Kingan here, nice buffer, but that is an Ornn. Even the anti-timbers and the equalizer goes in, and now the massive follow-up from the Nico is there. The turn in the fight is gigantic for Nongshim. Hype is out of the fight as well. Closer is down, and Kingan lived through every single ult that they blew on him.
Yeah, maybe better luck in game 2, buddy. I used so much of all of your cooldowns and tools and buttons on an Ornn, and then Nongshim are like, cool, thanks for the free turn. And I think their best bet was using their...
They saw the opportunity, and it did not pay off for them. And Nongshim, relatively smoothly here, as now they're trying to close the gap on a Krako. Pretty deep in his own jungle. Krako, the one guy that was kind of fed for his team. And fed, I say him pretty lightly at this point. Gio just going to flash away from the stun that comes in. He's like, well, I have this flash, I might as well use it.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the entire map is falling apart. Calyx playing a fantastic game of Orianna, just taking the bottom inner.
He's sitting on 8 Dark Seal stacks. He's like nowhere near finishing his Rod of Ages, but it just doesn't matter because he has a completed Horizon focus. And they are going to be able to get these side turrets, and as well as the inner here in mid. And if the timing of killing Croco was a little bit later, I think they just take Otacon for free. Instead, I think they will use Otacon to posture a team fight because they have Orianna, Ornn, Misfortune, and Nico. If Nongshim can't set up a turn on this one, I think those issues that we saw in the Legend group perhaps persisting, but they're on the bottom side of the map where Otacon is, and they're setting a trap right now. Palu is caught.
Yeah, very nice buffer, but still gonna get Shockwave. Meanwhile, Lahen's in a bit of trouble, so he's gonna go down, and Kingan's jumping in against 3 people, gets the kill. Ornn, the assassin, is back here on the Rift. When you're this fed, you can essentially just do that if the Kaisa is that close.
Enough for Kingan to help set up that kill. And Nongshim, even though it wasn't a turn off of Otacon, set up that vision trap in jungle, get the kills, grab Otacon itself, and it is going to be another objective in their pockets. Is Bro still sitting on that one?
I guess, you know, like the outer turrets are kind of like teeth, you know?
Yeah.
Just take them out one by one.
It's okay, because they're baby teeth, because you got the inners.
Yeah, here we go. Nice little engage for Lahen's. Just going to hit the front line, as Palu is not much of a front line. Just kind of disappears. And it's a turret. The rest of the team really just abandoned ship. Not that we can blame them, really. They're just going to run away. 10,000 gold almost now.
Yeah. To be clear, there is nothing Bro can do that's a great choice. Bro's been fishing with his flag a lot in this first game. Maybe this time is the
gotta do it. You gotta do it now. It's not gonna feel good, but you know, they've had some teeth pulled, so you gotta just send it. As in he goes, he's not gonna get the smite. Poor Croco, as at least he will get out for now. As, ooh, the max range knockup comes in into that piece of the wall. As they're trying desperately to take out Jiu. They might just be able to, but they're not quite able to. Triple kill comes in for Jiu, and this game is very much over. 24 minutes in already.
Yep, no Baron required. Got 5 players and a grand starfall to celebrate.
Oh boy.
I mean, he's really celebrating. And for Nongshim, this is not a series win, but it's certainly a lot of momentum gained that they have not seen in a while. Or very, I'd say probably the most one-sided game win we've seen from them. I think we could say that factually since the split of groups. And Nongshim win this in extremely dominant fashion. Bro Predator's kind of in shambles right now as the gap. That Aatrox, pretty punishing. It's what I mentioned earlier. He does have World's MVP on this champion from that DRX the bottom lane without Realm Warp. He just walked over.
Yeah, it looks like Palu might be paying for this one, as in they go. Very easy dive. First blood given over to Calyx. That is that first pick Rise, getting some huge value early on here.
We are going to have a big setup here for the Grubs. Jiu and Lahen's are kind of a little bit caught out. Croco, a nice angle.
Yeah, Croco does have a nice angle, but Jiu gets to safety now. The Subjugate's certainly going to help, but the Rise comes over, and Calyx is making their life so hard closer here as well. Trying to take out Gideon will do that, but only that, as Palu is going to fall, and hype is too low. Has to flash the wall, and it's another big early win here for Nongshim. Not connecting, but still the damage coming through, and Kingan just goes in with the World Ender and is looking for it, and Morgan in a ton of trouble is going to just dash away, but he is super low.
Has this thing? It used to be anyways.
Yeah. Back in your day.
Back when TV was a thing. They actually do keep everyone here though, so the teleport does work out. It's just a huge commitment of resources.
Gideon's like, I don't want any more grubs. I got one. Yeah. That's all I need. So I gotta waste my time.
Late 12-minute grub fight. And Nongshim said, no, we only fight grubs early.
Maybe he sniffs this one out, as he is not going to dash on in. Does dash away now with the flash, but with Pillar up, might be enough, but a heal comes in. Lahen's is here right on time, gets the stun. Is going to have Kingan fall, but the rest of the squad is coming on up, and it will end up being a 2-for-1 here for Nongshim, just on the hasty help there to the top lane.
And this is right when
bit of health. And now a
cross map
gank.
Cross map.
Yeah, cross map. Oof. Everyone loves a cross map, and they get it down on the bottom side.
That is bought.
It was easy to be a bit more one-dimensional when there was no Fearless.
Yeah.
Now there's Fearless. Lahen's is Alistair. And how long will this last is the question against 4 people. As Pillar comes down, Lahen's still surviving, but eventually does go down in trade of the Rift Herald, it looks like.
As Palu does have ultimate here and flash, but for what?
He didn't hit the eye. There he is gonna get it. And now goes back for the eye, has to go for the Cyclone, and Gideon almost definitely dead. Is going to flash over the wall, though. And the follow-up does come in from Bro.
Calyx has Realm Orb, but he's going to get collapsed on before he can try to save Gideon, that's for sure.
Yeah.
And it looks like he is going to die for this turret as well. But look at Kingen in the bottom lane. Oh, the dodge! And he gets out, and Kingen's going to get that turret I was, in the beginning of mentioning as the sidestep comes through. So he gets a turret, he Realm Orbs out. Successful heist. Herald, Ice. He's got flash, and he may need to use it.
He definitely has to here. Let's see if Lehens can go for the play. He is going to get the combo in. Hype just turning and burning just a bit here into Lehens with the TP coming up from Closer, who is 3-0, so that's going to be a fourth one for our Aurora player for the side of Bro. And now looking for a pillar, but I think just a little bit too far away. They are onto the turret, and they're going to dive it as now we have TP coming in. And the Rise is, in fact, going to be shut down. Rocco pretty tanky, but eventually I think he just goes down after the dive. Ends up being a trade and another kill here for Kingen.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really a trade up for Bro, but it's something. Get to the Otacon without TPing, and he's just going to clear the mid wave. It's going to be Morgan who TPs first. The turn is so simple here with a Wukong with flash. They do just give it up, though.
Yeah. They got spotted by Redemption. They're just like, we don't necessarily have to stay on this objective. Nice calling here from Hype.
It's kind of favorable for Bro, though. I don't know if the lead the lead might be too much, but this is kind of an angle.
I mean, Gideon's here, and there's no real way to deny him as this Rise is going deep, and Calyx in a bit of trouble, but is going to flash away. Nice interrupt on the engage from Lehens, but those wallets looking pretty good. And Closer, the one-fed guy, he is going to pick up his 5th kill in the fight, takes out Gideon. And now they want to start this Otacon once again. No smite available for Nongshim, but...
It's completely leashed. I mean, not completely, but about like 85%.
Yeah, and they're pretty low.
I think there's going to be have to be happy with getting
the kill.
And
get him in a position to do damage without fully committing, and I think Bro actually do have a decent chance. Stuff like this, bit of poke comes down, Lehens in a weird spot. He's going to drop the Redemption, but now the ult comes down as... Oh, Lehens! He barely got back in there! That was so close. But he is going to survive off of that play.
This Otacon start as they have top side control, mid wave push through. There's not a whole lot of vision here for the side of Bro. This is an awkward teleport angle for Kingen, but he is on this Fed Aatrox. I think he's just going to be fine.
Yeah, he's able to just frontline pretty well for now. But that's Sterix. Lehens makes his way back, but no unbreakable will right now. They're looking for the pick on the Krako. He's in a lot of trouble. Does get the subjugation now, but he's still going to die. And the turn is immaculate here from the side of Nongshim. Gio is going to be safe. Closer does go golden, and he's going to be safe for the wall himself. But the rest of the team, not so much. Morgan barely gets away, but Calyx is going to take him down. And I think that is the final nail in the coffin for that fight. Double kill comes through. Even though Closer did so much in terms of damage, it wasn't enough. And they say, hey, Baron's here. Might as well take that.
Yeah, we don't need Palu. That one doesn't give you pushing power across the map. Not gonna. And this play here from Lehens allows the escape.
What does he say?
Fight. But they have enough damage here. These players are so ahead with this Corki.
Just feels like Nongshim are on a different level. And, I mean, that was one of the storylines we were going to get today. You talked about it at the beginning, were we going to get kind of like sad defeated Nongshim? Were we going to get Legend Group Nongshim? That's just heads above. Was Bro going to play really well because they barely made it into play-ins and they have a lot to play for and not a lot of pressure, there's not huge expectations. There were a lot of different narratives and storylines coming into this, but it just feels like the kind of unfortunate one for the series, which is the Nongshim beatdown, is the one that's coming through so far.
Yeah. Redemption here, just to help sustain their push. Such a strong item right now. Everybody's buying it. As they're going to look for a pick on the Calyx.
Oh boy. Well, they're not going to land that one. The phase rush is helping quite a lot, and now they don't have an interrupt, and he will get away. And that was the one collapse.
Yeah, that you commit everything there. They're like, cool. There's the inhibitor. And also, by the way, Rise is still pushing mid.
Yeah.
He's going to get a second one.
He just walks back. Kingen level 17, tanking everything up, gets a massive amount of health on that one auto. And with the Baron, with the Otacon, they're just taking everything. 2 inhibitors go down. Even the wave in bottom lane is timed here. Not sure if that was done on purpose, but it's going to feel pretty good.
I don't think it really was, but it was set up slightly earlier, and the timing works out incredibly well here. And that's just going to be triple inhibs. Everyone for Bro is up. Doesn't necessarily mean they can defend, because there's another wave coming through here in mid, and that
doesn't really matter, not in this game.
Yeah. One individual player's performance and damage is not going to win team fights for you when you're this far behind. As Kingan's looking for an in.
Yeah, he's just trying to bait this one. Paulo taking an immense amount of damage. Kingan getting into that backline. A little bit half-hearted of an engage here from Nongshim, but it just doesn't matter as in goes Lahens. Gonna open this one up. The double root comes down, one of them going into Zonya's. As Closer roots himself, goes into the base. This game is over by a very big long shot here. 12,000 gold the difference, 31 minutes is the game timer, and that'll be Nongshim up 2-0.
Picks his target band against him a lot, and when we saw the Caitlyn pick, kind of knew this was probably where we were going. It would have been exciting to see Lux, but that's more carry flavor
here.
In this.
And it kind of comes down to a smite fight at this point, as it is getting pretty low, and it will go the way of Kroko, but in goes Gideon. Palu is over here, and you're up against an Olaf. And now over the wall he comes to flash away, but Gideon in a lot of trouble. First blood goes over to Kroko, and now Lahens baited into it, and he's going to go down as well. Even burns his flash as Jiwoo also baited into it. Has to flash over the wall himself. Straight onto a trap goes Hype, but the damage isn't there. It's 3 kills for Bro.
Bit of a disaster for... They only have that lead in the mid lane, but enough pride here bottom side to say this is our objective. Paulo hits 6, though. They're looking for an angle.
Yeah, he definitely wants this Ahri, as there it is. The follow-up CC comes through, and Bro are going to shut down Calyx before he gets to use anything.
Yeah, no flash, no ult out of Calyx. Just ends up getting caught there. Down he goes, and Bro just say, that's my dragon.
Trying to hope for someone to face check here, I guess, but they will be very cautious about how they do that. Bit of damage will go through on Apollo, though, and he's just going to get headshot down. A lot of extra gold going to go over to Gio as well against 409, as now TP going away. As Closer says, well, I'm going to try to shut this one down. The knockup gets flashed. And Bro spent a lot of time trying to take down Lahens.
Yeah, you could see the idea.
Very worthwhile, to be honest, because oftentimes if you're behind on Olaf, you're kind of just spending more of your time running away more than anything else. Speaking of Olaf, here he is, and he's going to be running straight on in. Nowhere for Lahens to go, nowhere to repel to. Nice charm does come down, but even the Ragnarok not used in the trade. And yeah, got to be careful about that Olaf, who is beginning to accelerate.
Yeah, I mean, the Olaf is so scary in this mid game.
Uh-oh.
He is also the target.
Okay, nice spell shield on the charm, and he's going way deep for that kill. And there you go, Kingan comes in from mid as well, or from bot. He came from somewhere. Meanwhile, Zeus just alone. He is going to cleanse and flash away.
All right, well, that's valuable in terms of grabbing the summoners, but a trade up, he'll get his Celestial opposition. And then he's like a real support. He's just got it.
Kroko standing still in front of the brush. Going to pay for that a little bit, but it looks like Lahens might be the final one to pay as he goes up into the rappel and will be okay. Kingan does come on over. As they sacrifice a bot wave, they really want to try to get this Riptail, but it is going to be smited down by Gideon. In he goes. The Olaf incredibly low already. His life stealing up quite a bit, gets the headshot. Or rather the ace in the hole blocked as now Palu wants the angle. Will he find it? He doesn't have his flash as the knockup does come in, and the follow-up is there. Kingan very tanky. He's not going to land a knockup, but does go into Zombie Sia mode. Now they're looking to turn this one around. Closer avoids the trap. The stun comes through on a Kingan, and he will be denied. Man, but still, not bad.
He was making me nervous for him there as Hype's going to spell shield early. I don't think this is going to be an extended trade, but he's playing, at least in some of these fights, like he's Leona or something. He's like, hold on, I'll peel for you. Like, at least he got away there that time. And actually was almost able to help Zombie Sion get the kill. But this is starting to look like we're making it to full ball. And when you have the ability to simply set up 1 CC into 2 CC into 3 CC and turn this into a pick comp in these early skirmishes, that's exactly what Bro's going to do. His Closer nearly loses his life in the follow-up there, but is able to get out.
Yeah, Bro enjoying a very nice lead at this point, 3,000 gold and 2 Drakes with Infernal Soul on the Rift, plus the feats of strength. and you've got Olaf, so everything oohs and ahs from the crowd.
If only he could have continued the fight, maybe we get some Blackfire Torch value. Is Lehens, where are you going?
To the death chamber. Also, he was going to ward and didn't respect.
Yeah, that was the real. That was their play from ahead. Looks like, as they are now the ones with the 3,000 gold lead that we've kind of seen consistently across these 3 games. Gideon gets shoved. He's going in.
Yep, going on in. And he's got a Scion from the bottom side here, gonna get that spell shield away as Kingan's like, uh-oh, I'm gonna be in trouble. He is tanky, flashes straight onto it as he is gonna get knocked back in.
And
he's going down.
Just like that, this game is starting to look like we might be fast approaching
a series?
Yeah, a series that might come on our hands. I was going to say what we like to call in the business insurmountable lead, Valdez. We may
uncomebackable.
Yeah, uncomebackable is another colloquial term. As Calyx is getting collapsed on now, gets the charm. That'll buy him some time. He's got a turret here.
There is,
or what's left of it.
And Olaf in the brush, plus Palu, who just TP'd in. Nice charm to try to buy some time, but Calyx, he's only got flash and he's not going to use it. There's no reason to. He knows he's dead. Trying to greed around the turret, he does get punished.
I mean, some of these moments for Nongshim I can totally accept. Wants to try to defend the turret there, thinks maybe his teammates can rotate over, but they're not in a position to do so. As Gideon
is going to find some friends, and he does not have his ult. He is going to get blown up.
They were just over there, and they still are, and you don't have a support. You have a 0-3 at least. We got Rocket Belt at least. And it looks like Valdez, you know, Bro's early game worked out, and then Nongshim's mid game, where I said they were kind of, you know, this is can be a little bit of a weakness. I don't know if it's really about the comp for what's happening. Showcasing that in a different form. And now I don't know if you come back with this Ahri comp from this far down.
I don't even know if they realize what's going on here. The flash and the spirit rush is going to get them away. Gideon is quite literally hiding and hoping not to find anyone. Lehens is going to go spider form, just try to get away from this one as he tries to get over the wall, and that he will. Certainly kind of, I don't know what they're doing, but they're certainly not backing down from the fight.
They're certainly annoying Bro a little bit here.
Yeah, they definitely are. Nice flank here from the side of Palu. Nice flash to the disengaged cone, and this Olaf is gigantic, but the damage is coming in. Redemption saves his life. Giu, just a little bit too low, doesn't quite have the damage, gets 1 kill, but only the 1. And that is going to be the end of that team fight as Lehens desperately trying to join it from the left side. Do they kill Kingan is the only question. The answer looks like very much yes. And Bro running away with this game.
They get the punishment again. I mean, Nongshim we're joking about they're trying to annoy them. It doesn't look like we can really figure out what they're trying to do, but they're looking for picks. They're trying to catch, you know, one rogue member alone, getting cocooned, and then maybe you follow up. But it looks like President Palu is up for re-election, Valdez, in this game. Nongshim, that's, you know, its identity is kind of broken now. That TP I actually like from Closer. He's like, if they're going to look for a pick, we actually win this every time if we're all here.
All right, well, they're looking for that pick. Gideon's going to go in. He's got his ult this time. Everybody just jumps in the middle of it and absolutely erases him. And Calyx trying to get it started here. Bit of damage in a Croco as he almost goes down. Spirit rush over the wall, and there's the engage from the rest of the team. Calyx able to get away, but the rest of his team is not, as Bro are absolutely slaughtering them this time.
All you got to do is group, and you win every fight. And if Paulo's hitting these engages consistently, 17...
No, it's probably a Degon damage.
All right, get that pip out of here. Nobody understands.
All right.
It's not time for karaoke, Degon. It's time to do Baron.
The steal? No. It's Calyx and Lehens without smite.
All right, Calyx, like maybe if he gets some staggered recalls here.
I mean, he's going on in. That's a very nice amount of damage. It looked cool.
I mean,
you know why? I like the angle.
If like 4 people recall, he was celestially opposed to being killed there, and you know, it's kind of the thing of Palu holding them in place and Hype and Closer punching them, and that's kind of what we were watching. Is
how are they getting
maybe a bounty on the cards?
How is this happening? I mean, I guess
Legend macro, baby.
They're just trying to 4-1 And there you go. Just going to go straight on into the base. We got a Talia wall coming down too. Gia, this is no hope for him as he is very sad. Close are going to take a bunch of turret shots, but it just doesn't matter. The wallets are really just that heavy. They can do whatever they want, and whatever they want to do is to take down these 2 inhibitors and maybe just the game right here.
So what you can do to deal with side lane pressure or some backdooring, you don't have to go back to defend that. You just go straight to the heart. Look for the kills.
Yeah, Kyle Hicks. Not sure if he was trying to do extra damage or clear the wave. Regardless, it doesn't really matter. He's going to go in. They actually do get the kill and then immediately die. We are going to have a game number 4 as Bro are not done yet. They will take down game 3.
Like, we're actually going to see the Tristana go into the bottom lane and the Ziggs mid. As, you know, it's a risky pick.
You've got set up for your 2, well, your 1.5 melee champs, right? You've got a front line, an actual front line. I think you're on the money there with that one, Wolf, as well. He's going to go in as the first blood will go to the Jax, though, as in comes Lehens trying to help out, but now a TP from Paulo as well, and now Lehens is all by himself. And a bunch of damage goes to the Blitzcrank. They don't quite have enough to take him out. The pull goes down on a Croco, but he is Maokai. It's now follow up here potentially, but not going to stick around.
I don't know. Single target got him, champs.
Yeah. Maybe he thought the Maokai was on his team.
Yeah, that was a combo he pioneered.
Yeah.
But Blitzcrank Maokai, or Maokai Blitzcrank.
Man, Sejuani would have been so.
Sejuani is like.
It would have been so good. Like, flash in from Paulo. Kingan's in a bit of trouble, but he's just going to flash away. Gideon's here. And now we got the supports, or rather one of the support going to come in as Lehens is, well, spotted. So nothing really amounts from that.
The thing is, I've loved all of the bro drafts thus far, as Croco might not be done here. I think he should be.
Yeah, I think he's done.
Yeah, I think
Yes, you're
Croco's
done.
like, we're done
Go
when I
back.
say we're done.
Go back to the jungle. We're not done. Okay. In goes Lehens. That Shock Blast actually going to hit. There's the knock up into the hook. The small silence, and in goes the Nocturne. And the pick potential of this comp.
There you go.
Is there.
All right. All you had to do is hit a knock up into a Q. I wouldn't say that. You could say that, though, as you'd say. I don't know about. Well, this was a good try, though.
Yeah.
We are going to now look for a potential pick onto Hype without Paranoia. He has Flash, ult for clearing the wave, and also his satchel, so I think probably no, probably not.
Yeah, probably back off of that one.
Yeah, no, they agree.
Should take our advice this time. And they say, yeah, you're right. There's the hook. Morgan is still Jax, but not going to avoid the damage from the Victor.
If you think about it, I'm like, the crazy thing about this comp is outside of Maokai, I'm like, he's still, every champion has mobility. Ziggs still got Satchel, still got Rocket Jump, still Recon, still Jax, but he's getting the hooks now. He's getting those tools. They told and reassured Valdez that every team scrims deep Fearless drafting. Like, that's what I've been told. But every time since Fearless has been introduced here in Korea, I haven't seen any evidence of that. Here we go.
All right, they're pretty deep in the jungle. This Maokai might be in some trouble as 3-on-1. Not going to be good, but he does buy a lot of time. In comes Palu trying to secure the situation. The Ziggs bomb over the top, and it's actually Noshim running away. Kingan isolated on the top side. Meanwhile, Zeus just, you know, casually pushing the top lane.
Yeah, side laning, top lane, bottom lane, Victor. As
he's got 3 grubs.
He does, and he is getting work done. He's getting a lot of gold. He's scaling. +1 plate.
The Victor?
Got 20 seconds left on that. He's going to get that plate. We're going to TP Yone.
Is he okay?
I don't... Yeah, I think so.
It's 1v3. He's going to go unbound, but he's stunned under the turret, and the damage onto a stunned target from a Ziggs is going to be incredible. Here comes Gideon, but it's just satchel down as they didn't expect the Ziggs to satchel the turret, but now the hook comes in, and actually it's the Maokai who goes down, Croco, and a very strange kind of secure there on the turret.
Yeah, I just wanted to be good with said mastery of small amounts of compositions and champions. When you mix it up like this, it gets to be a little Rise group in here, and that favors Bros. They're going to have a TP flank.
TV flank is good. The hook here onto Kroko is not going to be great. He gets low, but that's not the best target. In goes Gideon. He's all alone in that back line. He's still doing quite a number, but I think eventually he just dies, though he will take out Hype with them, and takes a while to go down. As meanwhile, they were able to take down the Ziggs, and it's just a 1-for-1.
All right, bud.
A little 1-for-1.
Herald is up. Alex wants more than Herald.
Palu gonna be caught out, but celestially opposed, but not to the shock blast. Takes it to the face.
After so many misses, after so many baiting shock blasts, he didn't bait anyone there. He knew exactly where that was gonna land, knew exactly where that Rakan was headed, was able to predict it and blast him off the rift.
All right,
now,
round 2, Electric Boogaloo. They didn't quite have any smite, obviously.
on Lehens.
Lehens wants it. Lehens absolutely wants it. Kian's going in. He's going to have to flash away. Didn't even have to go in. You could just let it go. But no, they won't. They're continuing to go on this fight as now Lehens is going to be isolated.
Gideon picks it up.
Does flash away. Yeah, Gideon just kind of swoops in. Gets it at the very last moment. He's very healthy here. As the max range hook is going to come in from Lehens.
Where's the damage?
Morgan so low, just walks it off.
I mean, both Gio and Calix is up on the top side pushing to try to get that turret at the same time so they can't actually kill the Jax. The Redemption Snipe is going to miss. Good read by Calix there. The turret is saved, so they didn't even get the turret. It's a weird comp, and then charging the Q3 here just to set up Morgan with the ult. Morgan's perspective. Got him. But then...
Kingans.
Oh, sorry, Kingans, yeah. Because if the Tristana lives, she cleans up the whole fight, gets resets. We're not done.
Yeah, another hook here, Palu. It's weird that Palu's the guy that keeps getting hooked. He's the one playing the Rakan.
Yeah, this is... I mean, I guess they just keep catching him in weird situations like this where there's no peel, there's no follow-up, and he's just trying to clear vision. And now it's just going to be a free Herald drop because it was secured the eye. They're going to grab Herald and use it to also now look to secure this Dragon as...
We're going mid.
Yep, going to grab another charge in that mid-outer. As I just don't think there's any stopping this Dragon.
He went for the outer route. Does this still hit?
Yep.
Oh, yep. Going to pull it off. Just barely. Nice corner taking by
that was Crow's composition quite heavily, but it's still decent for Nongshim.
I feel like in such a weird game like this, tempo vibes favor Nongshim, actually, because they have less.
It's cool. Like, Blitzcrank's cool, and it's
not supposed to actually talk about stuff in the game, Wolf.
Yeah, but I thought that's what you meant.
Uh-oh. Just trying to clear some vision, and there you go. The tempo vibes coming on in, and Lehens is able to get yet another one, and everybody's joining in here. He can't avoid everything. As finally, Calix is the cherry on top. Are we already crying? We're getting ready for Otacon.
I take it back. Maybe they do practice this calm. Are you seeing the lineups I'm seeing? Are you seeing that shock blast going over the wall? Are you seeing this? The Yone ult over the wall? Palu.
Okay.
You seeing that?
I saw it. Unfortunately, I did. Uh-oh, hook gonna come in. It's again onto the Maokai, and Lehens is like, oh god, I'm running away.
It's a huge ult.
Everybody gonna get caught up by that. Actually, every single person. Closer, he wants the resets. He might just get it on the Gio, but the plant.
Oh, Valdez, I don't think he would have died, but it looks like it was about to be.
I don't think he would have died.
Valdez on hate watch.
I was ready to be angry, but then I saw the damage and I was like, oh.
That kind of fight right there is got exactly what I was talking about, where I think it favors Bro, but maybe they don't hook the Maokai, and then everybody's like lined up perfectly to get hit by it, as we're just going to start Otacon now off the reset here. No vision for Nongshim. I think they're starting to realize this could be a possibility. Gio susses it out.
Yeah, ETP's in here, and Gideon's just getting health on the Raptors. This might just be a flip. Actually, the damage is coming on in. Palu's getting pretty low. Lehens is over the wall. Getting in on the King and gonna zone him a little bit, but now the Paranoia's up, and they might just be able to burst this one. Calix not able to do it. It goes over to the mouth guy. Kroko with the good smite. And now the damage is coming in. Super low health bars here on the side of Nongshim. And the Tristana and Ziggs are getting massive value alongside of Morgan on this Jax. Just hopping onto everyone. It's a big team fight win for Bro.
I think Bro fans are probably holding their breath on that Otacon call and probably holding their breath right there as well as another almost Maokai. And then the Yone unable to impact the play. Watch Calix here. Something was happening alive.
Yeah.
Natural message up. and he just cannot look for the ult the way he wants to, and the whole team is gold ahead. I'm trying to turn this Ziggs advantage into a larger one. Tristana plus Ziggs, by the way, for killing turrets. It's a match made in heaven.
It's beautiful. We used to see it all the time, and look at this with the Maokai setup as well, and the boom boom damage over the top from Hype is disgusting. That's gonna be 3 kills just like that. Bro are running the Rift now.
Starting to feel like we're going to 5. As Kingan's got some additional time here in the side lane, we'll be able to trade this for an inner at least, but they may just simply lose the Baron. No one to stop them here, no paranoia. Gideon alone. Doesn't even have smite.
That's supposed to be the long-range poke that matches the Ziggs. Instead, it just dies and does nothing. You don't have a real front line.
Needed.
Okay. Yeah, no, he's fine. He's got the whole team there. Kingan is on a mission in this game.
I mean, Kingan, since the last series of Legend Group, has just been like, you know what? I'm just not going to be with those guys. I'm just going to keep pushing.
3 grubs?
And, like, he just got double. Is not going to matter.
They have 0 answer for Tristana.
Exactly. And
it's either they land a hook and hope it doesn't get buffered or
Morgan on the flank.
I don't know. Here we go again. Morgan is on the flank. He's pretty far ahead, but guess who's very far ahead of his team? It's Jew. He's going to be isolated, taken out. So is Lens. And just like that, I mean, all you got to do is press 1 R button on Maokai and you're winning.
This is when the dread really sets in for Nongshim fans as well. Like, how is it possible?
They're remembering.
After 2 games of insane leads to toss it away, play Victor bot lane, and just get totally destroyed here. And what will be our 4th game going to Bro.
Who had the 3-2 Bro pred? Someone had that. Maybe it was on the Korean side.
I think it was a Korean pred.
It was like Cloud Templar. Somebody had it, I'm pretty sure. It's looking real nice right now, I'll tell you that. Maybe the comp looks better in Game 5, we'll have to wait and see. Well, this is one way to get the Tristana. Will it matter, though? I'm not sure. The wallets are pretty heavy here on the side of Bro, and in fact, they are just able to play front to back. Morgan, they have so many other carries, and they'll get the job done for sure. Calyx gonna go down, and so will the Nexus. As Morgan, all he's got to do is ignore the Victor. Instead, he's going to look for the kill onto the Victor. Takes it down. 8-1 and 8 on the Jax. And Bro,
in terms of setting up this area for success, it makes a lot of sense. Can be used similarly to a Lulu, but obviously isn't going to have the same sort of oomph in lane. Lance needs to choose his stun target carefully. Paulo probably want to go in first.
All right, let's see how this one is going to look. There's the stun onto the Zeri, who is moving. The Dazzle comes out, and now Paulo's in a bit of trouble, but it's still first blood over to the Silas. Here comes Gideon. He ran all the way from the top river, and he is here just on time to help secure this kill. Gideon going to pick it up and get right back to farming.
All right, well, luckily for Bro, they were able to kill the AD carry. So if Gio is one of those surviving members there at the end of
spending a lot of time against the tank.
So this is actually really well handled here by the side of Nongshim as he uses the turret here, then flashes to the other side, maintaining the turret aggro on this Leona, who's the stun target. And I think trying to kill Silas there, the rotation up of Gideon and Lehens, and Hype and Paulo just seem like they're finding out of this way too late. Slow comes in.
Yeah, Meganar almost here. He's not 6, but certainly Paulo in a bit of trouble. He doesn't have flash, so it's just an easy gank onto the Leona. As they're going to try to give this kill over to Gideon, probably. There you go. Gideon takes it down. Meanwhile, the dive down here, but they've got a Galio on their team, and Krako's in a lot of trouble. Taunt is there, and Gio picks up the kill.
And Gio able to utilize the turret again for the slide. And Hype.
Well, he got ulted.
Galio can actually show up at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
Look at how Gio plays this again through the turret. Extendo beam first. And then with the knockup from the Galio, just cleans him up. The kill goes over to Gio. And it's a bit early to certify, or it's a moment in time. 2,000 gold to lead. Azaria with Yuntels this early. Still has a call to cash in into, I mean, Cassante trying to make something happen.
Yeah, the Redemption hit him, and Morgan went into tower range with that all out. That's going to be the slow. We got a Vi coming up here. Morgan's in a lot of trouble.
He did.
Yep, there's the ult to come out. And, yeah, he's even going to flash here. Gideon has his flash, just follow flashes, picks up the kill. Makes it look easy.
Well, it's going from bad to worse here for the Bros in this one. As Krako also now going to come up here and try to hold this turret. Gets the Vi ult. And we'll, I guess, clear the wave. Not before plate goes down. As I mean, Gio, he has ult. Like, this is really, really scary. If you get all in this situation, lose a lot of your health, get pushed out of lane, just has free reign on the map.
All right, trying to collapse here. We got ult available, but there's no damage at the moment. Trying to stop this, but now even the Taric ult is going to come down, and they're invulnerable for just a little bit of time. No stun on Apollo. King gets in from behind. We got another TP coming in from the Galio, and down will go Palu first. As in it is Calyx. He's looking to take down Croco. The Jin positioning very safe, but the front line is just not there, and they just tank it all up. Morgan not going to be able to do anything, just has to run away.
I think if this is a little bit later in the game, Nongshim just get obliterated by Cassiopeia damage in that low-range moment, but unfortunately for them, it's still just a Rod of Ages and a tier in the inventory for Closer. TP comes through as well. And then, you know, in this very, very tight choke point here, Closer's going to get a lot of work done as the Dragon is being taken alive. We have a fight.
Meanwhile, Lens taking a bunch of damage. That's not the target you want to go for. Nice exhaust, though, as Devi is in that backline. The smite down, and now we got Kingen about to hit Meganar. Croco trying to be real in this game. But as we can tell, he is not at this point in time. As the Wallop comes down, the Dazzle, just the everything thrown into him, and Kingen doesn't even have to gnar.
And that is that. 4 deaths on this Silas, trying to be real. And if I'm going to be real with Bro fans, might be time to start thinking about which lower bracket matchup you would prefer. And I'm telling you right now, it's not BNK. It's greater than any soul, or rather, any single dragon that Bro has a buy of time buy is going to feel. And also, like, time buy isn't really good for your comp in this situation.
No. Kane's just adding insult to injury. He's letting all the minions die, denying Morgan. He's got Lehens around too. Saying, nah, I can just kill the turret later after the entire wave dies. Just feels like Nongshim, this looks very much like game 1, where it's incredibly one-sided. Yeah, this is kind of what we expected. Like, Nongshim are just the better team.
I mean, this comp has a little bit of cooking in it. Well, not that much, as you're
we're going in. There's just no hope for Hype. He has to run away. Paulo is just free food. As the wallets are gigantic, they're just going to use this to crash into mid. Don't even have to do anything pretty. All the other outer turrets are already dead.
Yeah, just going to be an ult here from Hype for wave clear. Can they punish him? Yeah, I don't need to be very cautious about trying to fight Bro, that is. Nongshim do decide to back away. I was scared that we were going to just see a big engage view shut down his mobility. I mean, I'm saying a lot of ifs and conditionals, but if you're a Bro fan hoping for a miracle here, I think it probably has to start with a big stall and time buy.
Yep, in goes Jew. It's like, yeah, might as well. Here comes the turn, though. Baited on in, but now we got the redemption, we got the kill, we got the Taric ultimate. He is invulnerable, and he just flashes away. Rest of the team comes in. And the Vi goes extremely deep. Gideon looking to keep Hype around. He doesn't have his flash, and the ult gets dodged as well, at least by Gideon. Going back in now is everybody, but he just flashes out. Does Closer.
Almost! They were so close to getting Gio. They got his sums, but they didn't kill the Zeri. And the Zeri lives, and it's just...
Will the game still be going in 5 minutes? Game 1 was about 24.5 minutes. That was the fastest game here of the series. And Nongshim, it's almost like they're trying to beat their record in this game. Most damage dealt is once again Closer. Kind of reminds me of his Aurora game, although a lot fewer kills in this one. And the jungle gap is wide, as we have mentioned many a time. Helps that Gideon's been a part of 10.
So that's going to be quite helpful. Just needs more time. Trying to fight this Otacon with no vision, I think, would be a fool's errand, but they're already so far behind experience. I want to find some angle here on the flank.
Yeah, just baiting them in, and now Kingen, he's got the Wallop, he's got the Dazzle.
Croco's got that Gnar. I mean, this was the theoretical I was talking about earlier. How does he use it? Who does he use it on? If he could use it on the whole team, that would be sick, Valdez, but I just don't think he's going to get even a single target, and they do agree with me that trying to contest this Otacon is just simply going to be a certain death. And instead, they'll opt to back away for a probable death with a defense and a scaling Cassiopeia. That's what they're going to try to bank their hopes on. The hopes of all Bro fans everywhere tonight.
Just wasn't meant to be this time around. The Brotax came in, and then, you know, Silver Scrapes happened. Everybody was getting excited and forgot, I guess. And all of a sudden, Nongshim as well, they forgot how they played in games 1 and game 2, and they're like, oh yeah, we are just better than these guys. We can just beat them. And finally they remembered at the right time when it mattered most, as in they go once again. The Vi and the Taric, very nice. Synergy does come in, and Closer doesn't even get a chance to play the game. When you got wallets this large, you just don't really take damage. And in goes King, and he's looking for that extra kill. The Boomerang not quite gonna do it. Croco trying to stun his ally. It's not quite gonna work.
Get that Jin! Oh. Oh, wrong team. I mean, Closer he doesn't have budget for any more defensive items, man. He doesn't have a Zonias. He's just dead. Croco's got a Gnar here for some delay, excuse me, as he's gonna look for it.
All right, they're gonna look for it. They're gonna trying to clear out that wave. We got another wave coming in, but I think for Nongshim, you're up 12,000, but they still want to play it safe. They don't want to pull a DNF. As they say that, though, they just go right back in, and they get another kill.
All right, there's a bit of a Cassante flank here from Oregon. Kingen is probably dead.
All right, Kingen going in. He's not quite going to land it. Meanwhile, the front line will just be the sacrifice, it looks like, as Lahen's actually going to be able to flash out. And it looks like he gets away with the disengage. They didn't end the game. They're not going to beat their record from game 1, but it's still 12K. We're actually making it even larger here. And no turrets have been taken by Bro. They didn't get any grubs. They got 2 kills.
All right, Baron's up. And we are running towards it as Nongshim here. Croco trying to see if he can find a pocket of vision.
He's going to start it up. He's going to solo it. Steal it from right underneath their noses.
He got a flank angle. Like, he was able to sneak around them. If they start up the Baron and don't do their due diligence, and he is able to set up for a big flank ult, could actually change the course of this game. Again, 12,000 gold down. I mean, I'm saying a lot of hopeful things for Bro fans, but
it's a bit appropriate, but it's all we have now.
He's hanging out there with Poolbay, man, and they're gonna maybe get it done. He's got the Scryers. He's got the Scryers. He sees where they're at.
All right, now they're gonna be like, huh? And he's just gonna end up joining the rest of the team. Has an angle. They're gonna try to turn onto the Galio and not even look for the Baron. Calyx gets the taunt. They can't even take him down. They're not even gonna get the Galio. And that's gonna be the end of this game, guys. 15K the difference. And Nongshim will be moving up to the winner's bracket here at Play-Ins. Bro, they're on their last legs, starting from after this Nexus explodes. It just wasn't meant to be. 22-2 in the kills. Nongshim were just the better team tonight.
Nongshim were the better team tonight. They get it done in 5. A messy series, to be sure. But ultimately, it is